we really got to do something to get to come home in our country. We got to, because we way out there now. Yes.
Like how can you musically like become more individual, like play your own style rather than sound like someone else or sound when you're reflecting that?
That's got to be in you. It's got to be in you to do that. Like your objective has got to be to take those fundamentals and interpret them your way. What happens a lot of times is a person will become eccentric, and that eccentricity will pass for an innovative sound. But to have that kind of particular way of viewing the world and that type of creative kind of extra thing, that's something that's in you. You see the world that way. You can't contrive it. Do you know what I mean? The thing that you can learn is you can learn fundamentals. Another person cannot teach you to have your own sound. Now, one good thing you can do is identify those things that sound the most like you and keep repeating them and add to them. You know what I mean? You have to have certain courage to do that. Listen to yourself and identify things that sound like you. Wow, I did this. I never heard about that. I did this. I did that. Because you don't want to do something that nobody has ever heard. You don't want to just come up with something that's, you want it to be rooted in some fundamental because you're trying to communicate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to, what I find in younger people is the desire to be a master of something. Because that level of innovation is a form of mastery. The desire to be a master of something without the work is required to become a master. There's a lot of work. Hours and hours and hours and hours of painstaking work. Hours of it. I remember once I worked on some piece for like 6 months and ended up being sad. But I stayed up all night. And I was staying up for months. And once my son, who was then 16, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or something, I got up and I was working on this piece. And he sat down in the chair next to me. And I noticed him, but I was looking at this paper so intense. Because sometimes when you're doing something that's not going to sound good, you work on it even harder than something that's going to sound good. And like maybe an hour passed. And he looked at me and he said, is this what this is? I started laughing. I said, man, this is what this is. That's what it is. There's nobody there then, it's just you dealing with it. So you know what I'm saying? You got to put it, and when you put in that type of work and concentration, and you get in that kind of state of meditation, and you've thought about these things, and you're that serious about it, you start to find stuff. Then also stuff starts to come to you. And the only way for it to come to you is that you're so dedicated that it wants to come to you. And that level of dedication is very rare, because it's very painful. It's not easy, and it's years of it. See what I'm saying? Not a month, not a week of practicing, it's years of it. Once you put together years of that, it's going to come to you. That makes sense? It's going to come to you because it don't have nowhere else to go.
What kind of playing certain genres of jazz?
I feel the same emotions you feel. See, I'm talking to you, I'm communicating the feeling. Feel the same. Everybody feels, experiences the same emotions, it's just they experience them their way. Like somebody says, I was sad. What does that mean? You sad, we all get sad. Someone says, I felt joy, it was transcendent. Okay, what does that mean? So we all feel a certain thing. We all share that. We have a shared thing in human beings. We share so many things in common, all of us. I feel the same things. And with jazz, because it's music, and music is that form which is in charge of the realm of the invisible. What that means is that just like you can have one thought, one emotion, one this, one that, all invisible things, they pass very quickly. Music does that also. You know what I mean? You may be thinking 3 things right now because it's in the realm of the invisible. Music reigns over the invisible. That's why in a movie, somebody says something and the violin goes, you get sad. Why am I getting sad? The violin just went. It's music. So that's what, not only do I feel that, but when we're playing jazz, all of us are playing. So it's not just my emotion, they have emotion too. Whoever else is playing, I'm trying to find them. Cecile and I were just talking about, I noticed when she was singing, at one point she thought about her breath. And she said, yeah, I thought about that. I could hear it in her sound. She thought, I need to breathe. So we started to laugh. And when you learn to listen closely enough, you start to hear things. Does that make sense? Because the art of music is also the art of listening. And when you listen as intensely as you play, you start to hear. I hope I answered that. Yes.
Just wanted to say that everybody thanks everyone for coming here.
we've been no seeing each other. But I didn't know this was like the hand when we saw each other. I said, man, we saw each other. We were kids. You know, yeah, but you know.
Yes, he'll be back.
I come around. You know, I come around. We're talking about in the 80s. Sometimes I would have like long lines of kids. Man, we'd be teaching. I would leave there at 12 o'clock at night, and that was 25 years ago. So you know, yeah, I'm around. I'm always around. I love seeing you. Got your youngsters, get you tired. You know. That's beautiful. So, yeah, I'm around. If I'm alive, I'm around. You have a question?
In Ames in March. In Ames, in March 2014. Yeah, I don't know the exact date.
I grew up with him. He taught me how to speak English. Me and him could play trumpet. I mean, me and him just grew up playing together. He played saxophone, I played trumpet, he played clarinet. We struggled, went to gigs, man. We did all so much stuff together. We had so many experiences, you know, crazy stuff happening in New Orleans was wild, man. So naturally, I played with him. It's always like I wouldn't even have to look at him. We just had like an ESP telepathy kind of. People is not my brother. I played with so many greats. Marcus Robertson, blind musicians, just unbelievable. Elvin Jones was great. Ali, and even the musicians I played with now, we play so much good, so much of the time. But just give you one experience. We played in a high school in St. Louis, and it was like 9:30 in the morning. We know we didn't want to get up, so we were all like, you know, band, when you get together with a big band in the morning, it's like, so we were doing this young people's concert, and one of the pieces we played was a ballad, real slow baby called a ballad. And I was thinking to myself, man, we played this ballad, it's bound to be said. As high school kids, they don't want to hear a ballad. We played this ballad the best we ever played. And when we finished playing it, I looked over our first trumpet player, he was just playing whole notes. He was playing them so pretty. I said, man, we play like that. And we all knew it. Like when we finished playing in the middle of it, we all said to each other, man, we sound good. And I mean, keep in mind, we played all kind of big concerts, man. You know, we just in a high school somewhere. But that performance stands out because of the level of attention and detail under the circumstances was uncommon. So it's like,
what made you musicians and what are some of the hardships that you had to deal
so what made me be a musician was the main hardship. Well, my dad is a musician, so I always grew up with all musicians. It was the main hardships I had. First, just the hours of practice. And friends, they would be playing practice. I'll say when I was in high school, I practiced an average of 5 hours a day. But that's a legitimate 5 hours. I practiced every day. So there's a lot I could have done with those 5 hours that I did not do. Then I left New Orleans when I was 17 to go to New York. And that was a struggle. No nobody, throwing me off bandstands. All the hardships that come with that. It's a certain hardship that comes with being disciplined. It's just a factor. A lot of times you want to do something else, you don't do it. Then to get out here and start playing. There's a lot involved. Any situation I could get in where I will play, I will go into that situation. And I sacrifice everything. Now, if you can become grown enough, you have a family of situations, you're on the road most of the time, you're away from your family, it's hard. You have to be dedicated. And there have been many that I'm not going to bore you with all. But the main thing is the sacrifice that's involved with being on a certain level. And continued sacrifice. Ted Nash and I were joking today about the need to practice. He said, you can spend this hour with two gigs practicing. I laughed. I said, remember those days when we wouldn't go to bed until we practiced a certain amount of hours? So we were saying, yeah, now that we in our kind of early 50s, we think back on those times, man, I wouldn't go to bed if I didn't get my certain amount of time. So it might be 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, I was so that's what it would be about. Yes. I never moved to Iowa. I need to. I never moved to Iowa. Not yet. I might move out here. If I can get a good enough deal on my house, I might come out here. It's expensive. My brother plays saxophone and clarinet. He's on the musician. He teaches to around the center. He can play. My least favorite artist today? A lot of them. I'm going to give you Anyone who has too many tattoos, I don't like that. Anyone who's half naked when they do videos, I don't like it. I just don't like that. I mean, you know, it's not even a big, I don't even dislike it like it's a big deal, like it's shocking. It doesn't shock me. I just don't like it. It's like, it's something stupid. You know, somebody does something stupid, you say, that's what you choose to do, something that stupid. It's stupid. So I don't like the direction of it. Leave me with a bad taste in my mouth. I don't mind the tattoo. I don't like the stupidity. If you have a good tattoo, it's okay. I don't like that stupidity. This is hard for me. My favorite type of car has to